So, Keith, spooky season is upon us, and I have a question for you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Do you think my buddy is creepy?
In the context that I know him, yes.
Oh, no. Well, he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be cute. Today, we're going to talk about things from the 80s that some of us think are creepy. Hey guys, I'm Abby.
And I'm Keith.
Welcome to our 80s Life podcast. All right, so this week on my thrift haul, I got my buddy here. And
he sure does look like somebody.
I didn't realize till after I bought him, who does he look like?
Good guy from Chucky.
He does. He looks kind of like Chucky. Well, he doesn't really look like Chucky. He looks like Chucky was probably based off of him. Mostly just the clothes, not his face or anything. Not his hair, right? It's not creepy, right?
I feel kind of bad for the guy.
He's getting a bad rap.
He's getting a bad rap.
So I may have used this for a practical joke after I brought him home because I was thinking some people might think he was a little creepy. So do you guys remember a couple weeks ago when Keith and Chris went on their motorcycle trip? When they got back, I had just bought him like that same day. And I was making up the guest bed for Chris. And I was like, oh, this would be really funny. I should hide him like under the covers. So when Chris goes to bed and he pulls the covers back, this little guy will be underneath, like jumping out at him.
So did it work?
I don't know. He wouldn't admit whether it scared him or not. In fact, he wouldn't say anything. So the next day, he just came upstairs and was getting his coffee and stuff. And I was like, did you notice anything in the guest room? Anything new? I'd also put like some candy in there and stuff. I was like, I'll put some treats in there for you. Did you notice anything? And he's like, the My Buddy doll in the bed. And I asked him if it scared him, and he said it didn't.
I guess the joke's on you then.
He claimed it didn't. It had to have at least startled him. I mean, come on. Chris, if you're watching this, Christopher, admit it. You know it scared you.
You know you were scared.
Well, he wasn't designed to be creepy, but I think we can agree he's a little creepy.
All right, so there were things in the 80s that were not intended to be creepy, but some people think they're creepy. So we're going to pose a list to each other today and ask if the other person thinks that this is creepy or not creepy.
Okay, so we're playing a game. It's called Creepy or Not Creepy, and we have not shared with each other our list. I kind of went first with the My Buddy, so now it's your turn.
All right, so do you remember, and I had one of these as a kid, and you might have too, do you remember those monkeys with the symbols?
Oh, yes, I do remember that. I did not have one.
I had one of those, and it was, well, I have an opinion. What is your opinion? Do you think the monkey with the symbols is creepy or not creepy?
Creepy.
I would agree.
I think partly because didn't they have it in like some horror movie or something?
I'm glad you mentioned that. So in 1988, there was a movie called Monkey Shines. And
I never saw that.
And I didn't either. I looked it up because I knew I'd seen like the trailer when they have the kind of monkey of the symbols. But
right.
This guy apparently is a paraplegic and he uses a monkey to do his evil deeds.
What? That sounds horrible.
It looks terrible.
It sounds really bad.
But in the in the trailer for this movie, it's the monkey with the symbols.
Okay, well maybe I saw the commercial.
Sitting in a wheelchair. It's
oh
super
my
creepy.
gosh, no. Maybe I saw the commercial and that's why I thought that. I thought maybe it was in Poltergeist or something. I don't know. But yes, for sure I think it's creepy.
Okay.
All right, sort of on that order, another animatronic type thing. Chuck E. Cheese. Creepy or not?
Creepy.
You think they're creepy?
Especially when they get stuck and they start jerking.
Or the voice slightly doesn't match up with the mouth.
That's right. Now, I think they pretty much phased out all the old creepy animatronic ones,
That's
unfortunately.
Kind of sad,
which
though.
is sad because that was like part of the whole thing of going to Chuck E. Cheese.
I never was afraid of Chucky. I know a lot of kids that were scared of those animatronics. I wasn't one of them. I didn't think they were necessarily creepy, But there was another similar band. We had also the Rockafire Explosion. So these were the ones from Showbiz Pizza. And the reason I bring this up is because at an estate sale recently, I obtained 3 Rockafire Explosion records.
Sweet.
So I thought maybe we would listen to one, just a sample. So anyway, I thought it was fun that I found these records, the Rockafire Explosion records. And I didn't think that they were necessarily creepy, although if I had to pick one, the big gorilla, I don't think he was creepy, but he was very intimidating because he was quite big.
He was large.
And he did this, he played the little keyboard.
One that I was thinking about from my childhood, how about the little troll dolls?
Oh, yeah, I'll go with creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're ugly. It's kind of a fine line between ugly and creepy.
I think they're cute.
No, you don't. You think they're cute?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like, yeah, I used to love the little troll dolls.
I mean, I had one.
With all their crazy, funky hair.
Yeah, they didn't scare me. I might change my vote. Maybe not creepy, but I definitely think they're ugly.
Okay.
My next one was something on TV, so I don't know if you'll remember it or not. Slim Goodbody.
Is that the dude that had the bodysuit that looked like you could see his internal organs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it totally creeped me out, you guys.
Yeah.
How about you? Creepy or no?
It was super creepy.
Yeah. I mean, it was just gross. Like, I don't want to see that. And then on top of the fact that you could see like these fake organs that were on the unitard itself was pretty revealing, like as far as
yeah, you can see more. You can see more parts than you wanted to see.
Anyways, Mr. Slim Goodbody, we're both voting for creepy on that one.
We are. All right, my next one is a person.
Oh, well, Slim Goodbody's kind of a person. Who you got?
Christopher Walken.
Oh, an actual person.
An actual person.
Oh, gosh. Yes. Very creepy. I mean, it's not his fault. He plays a lot of creepy roles. He's kind of been typecast as the creepy guy. But yeah, definitely. Christopher Walken will get you.
He's super creepy.
Yes. Picture this. It's the end of the day. It's late at night. And the TV goes to static. TV static used to totally freak me out. What do you think? TV static, creepy or not?
Not creepy.
Not? That didn't scare you?
No. I mean, I guess I could understand it in context of Poltergeist.
Totally. Because that's how like the ghost would come out and get Carol Ann. They got her through the TV.
No, for me, static was sadness.
Because TV was over.
Because I only had one channel.
Aww.
And when the static came on,
it was done.
You were done for the night.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it would have been pretty late. Probably like after midnight.
I'm a night owl.
Yeah, me too. Well, when the static came on at my house, I would immediately turn it off or change the channel because it totally freaked me out. And I'm not going to lie, we don't really see a lot of static these days. But if I do, it does still scare me. Just a little bit.
Okay, how about Garbage Pail Kids?
Again, that falls in the gross category. Gross, ugly, creepy, not really, just gross.
That's fair.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I probably would agree. I was just curious what you would think.
We were both collectors. You were an avid collector of Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah.
We've talked about that before. We still have his collection. And I like to look at them. I think they're funny, and a lot of them are really gross.
I just wish I would have got into them 1 year earlier.
Yeah, yours start with what, the second?
I have the second series. Mm-hmm. Wish I had the first series.
Yeah, I think they're worth a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about toys that talk? My next one is Teddy Ruxpin. Creepy or not?
That's funny. It must be creepy because it was on my list too. Especially when his batteries start dying.
I've heard that. I never had one.
And his voice changes.
Gets slower and slower.
It's like he's demented.
The demented teddy bear.
The demented Teddy Ruxpin.
Do you remember that one I saw at the estate sale that was like missing an eyeball?
Yes.
It was super creepy.
We've seen one at the antique store.
Yes, we have.
I don't know if he was working though. I think he might have just been just a stuffed animal at that point.
And whenever I see him, I never think to buy him because, number one, what are the odds it's going to work? And number two, I don't want that thing in my house. Now, a lot of you guys have told me that you loved Teddy Ruxpin and that you cherished him and that you grew up with him. And if you did, I don't want to take away from your memories, but I'm just going to categorize them with all talking toys. Toys should not be talking to you. It's super creepy.
Okay, I have a talking toy on my list other than Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, you do?
And I want to see if this holds to the test.
Okay, what is it?
That all talking toys are creepy.
Okay.
Okay. Pee Wee Herman talking doll.
Not creepy.
Wait a minute, I just blew your theory out of the water then.
Okay, wait. I have a couple of reasons. Well, one, I want one of those really bad.
Oh, yeah. And you had one.
For about 5 seconds.
Some dude stole it from her.
I have not talked about this because I'm still traumatized by it, but I had a bad experience a few months ago at an estate sale where I was about to buy a talking Pee Wee Herman. It was before he died, but still. I was about to buy it, and this guy basically took it away from me. That never happens. People are usually super nice, but this guy I was looking at it. He was looking at it. I picked it up to make sure it worked. It did.
And she made one fatal mistake.
Set it back down for a second. This guy looked at me, goes, "Are you going to buy that?" And I was like, "I think so." And before I knew it, he just picked it up and walked out the room. I could not believe it. I was so devastated.
So what lesson did you learn that day?
Hold it. Hold the thing. Don't put it down.
Rule number one in an estate sale, if you find something you want, you pick it up and you hold it on to it like your life depends on it.
Apparently so. Okay, but the reason it's not creepy, one, it's recordings of Paul Rubens, and he's amazing and totally not creepy. And it's a recording of an actual person. And two, you pull a string to make it go. It doesn't talk on its own. So I would distinguish that. The pull string dolls don't freak me out, but something that talks on its own, like a Teddy Ruxpin or like this next one, Furby. Now I have 2 of these. They are fully functional, but I have removed the batteries. I don't want them talking because when they start talking on their own,
they don't shut up.
A, they don't shut up, and B, they freak me out. So let's put the battery in this guy so we can give you guys a little sample of what he does. I'd say this one's more annoying than creepy.
It has like a little kid's voice is what's creepy about it.
It's got like a baby voice. It's supposed to be a baby, like a fur baby.
Dude, I'm not your daddy. It's like gibberish.
It's like baby talk.
Does it learn? Does it learn?
It's calling you Dada. I think it thinks you're his dad.
Nope.
Oh. Okay, I was reading the directions, and the directions said that as you have your Furby, it picks up on your language, like it's listening to you, and it starts to learn like words and stuff.
So is this like the first edition, like the OG of anything that listens to you?
Like AI?
Like AI? Is this like the first version of AI?
You know what? I think it is. I mean, I have to say, these toys were revolutionary at the time when they came out. We were too old. Like, we would have been teenagers by the time this thing was invented. But, so I never had one. Did you?
No, I never had one of these.
But now that I do, I'm not sure I want it in my house. It's so creepy.
Well, you can't turn it off.
No, you have to take the batteries out. There's no on it. He's like, "Can we turn that thing off?" And I was like, "No, we have to take the batteries out."
Now it gets really creepy if it would be like in Chucky when they went to take the batteries out of the doll and there were no batteries.
And it's still talking.
It was talking.
I know. Don't think that I haven't considered that. And that's why this lives in the basement far away from our bedroom.
Okay. All right. Good night, Furby.
Night, Furby.
So, Abby, did you think slime was creepy?
No, I don't think it's creepy. I actually like slime. I've never seen the movie The Blob where the slime kind of like attacks them. I might change my mind if I think a lot of my influences are based off of scary movies, actually, now that we talk about it. But, and next week we're going to talk to you guys about Halloween. So stay tuned for that, the movie. But to answer your question, no, slime is not creepy.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I don't think it's creepy, but I was just curious if you did.
I have a visual aid for the next one. Mysteries of the Unknown by Time Life Books.
Abby got suckered into an infomercial.
I loved these books, and the reason I loved them is because they were super creepy. So do I think they're creepy? Yes, but I totally adored them because I like to be a little bit scared.
Abby's into creepy stuff. Let's just admit it.
I was really into UFOs as a kid, and let's face it, I still love a good UFO show, like The X-Files, which I'm working my way through those. It's taking forever. I think I'm on like season 6. He won't watch it. He does not like the occult or anything creepy, but I love it. And so this is the first 3 in the series of Mysteries of the Unknown. So when you ordered it, it was like $19.95 or whatever, and you get 3 books. You would get the UFO phenomenon.
So would you get one like every month, or would you get like a series every month, or how would that work?
Well, I'm getting to that. So first you pay the initial thing, and you get the 3. The UFO phenomenon, the mystic places, and the mysterious creatures. And then after that, they would send you one like every month, and you'd have to buy it, or you'd have to send it back, or you'd have to tell them you didn't want it.
So it's kind of like Columbia House Records.
It's exactly like that, but with books.
Okay.
I mean, look, here's a whole thing about Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. That's so interesting, right? Oh my gosh.
A jungle mystery.
What in the world? Is it like a jungle Loch Ness Monster? Who even knows? I love this stuff. So creepy. I'm going to read this to you at bedtime tonight. You'll never have nightmares.
That's not going to happen. Keep dreaming.
Yeah, so I got sucked into these, and I don't know if I had all of them, but I had a lot of them. And finally my dad was like, girl, we got to cancel this subscription because ain't no way you're reading all those books.
Well, I was about to say, did you actually read them, or did you just kind of get them and then just kind of have a collection?
I read some of them, but I can honestly say I did not read like all of them cover to cover. Can I just say this is before the internet?
All right.
So that's the only way you're going to find out about these cool, creepy things.
Okay. So, Abby, I want to go back in your childhood.
Okay.
And talk about something called Grandma Head.
Oh, Grandma Head. That's not creepy. You think it's creepy?
It's super creepy. All right, Abby,
What?
tell everyone about Grandma
Just
Head.
go get it. It's right in the other room.
Where's Grandma Head?
It's in my craft room in a place of honor on the shelf.
All right.
Obviously.
I'll be back.
I can't believe that he thinks my grandma head is creepy. It's totally not. Wait till you see it.
Okay, y'all, I didn't even realize Grandma had such a prominent place in Abby's craft room.
Okay.
And also, she's in a display case.
Yes, she is. She's in a display case.
Now, that's weird.
Feast your eyes on this.
So it's a plastic Grandma Head that's on a toilet paper roll.
Correct. I love to craft. It's my first ever craft that I made in my whole life. I think I was probably about 3 when I crafted this beauty.
All right. I vote for creepy.
No.
Abby votes for not creepy. You guys vote and let us know if Grandma Head is super creepy or not.
I cannot believe you think my grandma head is creepy. To me, it's sentimental. But I mean, I guess I could see why you'd say that, but it's so not. Look how cute it is. Okay, so there is a story. So the story is little 3-year-old Abby, for some reason, got it in my head that I needed to go to Michael's, and it was like a crafting emergency. I think it was at Christmas time. We were putting out the like Christmas, nativity scene, and like we had a gingerbread house and all that. And I think I wanted to create something for the display, the Christmas thing. So I told my mom and dad, I was like, I need to go to Michael's. Now, I was really young. I was like, I need to go to Michael's. And they were like, what do you need at Michael's, Abby? And I said, I need to go to Grandma Head. And they were like, what? Like, I need to get Grandma Head. And they were like, okay. And so they took me to Michael's. We went to the doll section, and there on the shelf was the grandma head.
How did you know they were going to have a grandma
I
head?
knew you were going to ask that. I think I must have, I don't know, I don't remember, but I think I must have seen it before, like at the store, because we used to go to Michael's sometimes to get like, arts and crafts and random, I don't know, stuff that they have at Michael's. It was right around the block. Like you could walk there from our house. So we went there, shopped, whatever. I must have seen it and then just thought, I know, I could make a doll out of that. So I had an empty toilet paper roll, put some scrap fabric that I probably got from my mom, wrapped it, made a little shawl, stuck that head on there, and voila.
The creepy grandma head.
We never named her. We just always called her Grandma Head. And we used to keep her with the Christmas decorations. And then at Christmas time, she would come out of the box and she would go in the holiday decor.
You'd box her up till the next year.
Yeah, she was part of our Christmas decorations.
Now she's permanently enshrined in this little display case.
Oh, I did not do the display case. A few years ago, my parents found this in their basement, and as kind of like a joke gift, they had the display case made and gave it to me for Christmas. So it was a joke thing, but now she's memorialized and I love her even more. And she's totally not creepy.
Creepy.
All right, this next one was part of an ad campaign for McDonald's. Seems innocent enough. Well, there's a couple things we could say about McDonald's. I mean, you could always talk about the hamburger jail that they had in the kids' playground, which was pretty creepy. But that's another vlog for another day because we've actually climbed up in one of those.
And I might or might not have got stuck.
Yeah. Okay. But besides that, McDonald's one year had this ad campaign called Mac Tonight, which was a play on the song Mac the Knife, which is actually a pretty creepy song if you think about it. But Mac Tonight was like this dude that had like a regular body, but then his head was like a moon, like a half moon.
It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
All right, so I think he's creepy. What do you think?
I'm just now registering what you're talking about. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
You want me to show you a picture?
I know what it is now that you...
You remember Mac Tonight?
Yeah, I remember once you finally described it and you were talking about the half moon, then I'm like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on that one.
You don't think he's creepy?
I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Max Headroom a little bit.
You know, I almost put Max Headroom on my list too. I think he's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, maybe it's because he wears sunglasses. I don't know. Maybe that's the...
No, it's the way he's like jerky whenever he talks. Yeah. It's weird. It's like an AI. Yeah. It's like an old school AI. Honestly, AI in general creeps me out. What do I say about Alexa?
She hates Alexa. She won't let me have a Nest because she goes, those things spy on you.
They spy on you. Your TV, some of the smart TVs spy on you. And also, I won't have Siri on my phone. I totally disabled it. As soon as I get my phone, I always disable Siri. I hate that stuff.
You're going to get left behind.
No, it's creepy. I'm going to get not spied on.
All right. So I think he is weird, but not creepy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let us know. Mac Tonight, creepy or not? We're on the fence, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. So I want to close this out with one final one.
Okay.
So, do you think it would be creepy to have a antique wheelchair in your living room?
Absolutely, 100% creepy. Boy, we are digging deep. We got the grandma head. Now we got the wheelchair. We are digging deep into our childhoods. You guys, this is like a therapy session over here.
That's right.
Why would you ask me that?
All right, so...
Pray tell.
So, Mom and Dad, I apologize now for airing this one, but so when I was a kid, my parents were collectors of antiques.
Yes.
And for some reason, they thought it was a great idea to have a antique wheelchair in our living room.
Not a great idea.
And it freaked the heck out of me.
Well, I think that also goes back to the whole horror movie. There are horror movies about those antique wheelchairs.
Well, there was one.
The like wicker ones.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the one that came out in 1980. It was called The Changeling. It was like a demented wheelchair that would attack people and kill people. And the wheelchair that we had looked awfully similar to that one. And so it always freaked me out, but it really freaked me out when my parents would go to town, and if I was home alone, then all the lights were on.
Didn't your mom also collect clowns?
She had a whole room of clowns.
I didn't say clowns. I didn't put them on my list because I just assumed that you would put them on your list. So, I mean, can we just all agree? Clowns, creepy or not?
Oh, clowns are definitely creepy. They've been creepy since Poltergeist.
And probably before.
Yeah, but definitely since Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Did it for the clowns.
Yeah, and I had a clown at one of my birthday parties before Poltergeist, and it wasn't scary at all. Crackers the Clown, very cute. I loved it. They did magic tricks. I think it was a lady, actually. But
those clowns turn on you.
But since then...
They turn on you.
They turn on you. Well, the one in Poltergeist did. There was this guy on the 80s cruise that dressed as that clown. Well, no, he was the kid, and then he had the clown. It was wrapped around his neck, because remember, it like strangles him. Oh my gosh, that was the best costume. I loved it so much. I said, I have to take a picture with you. And we got this great photo. But yeah, clowns, super creepy. So the reason I asked that was, didn't your mom at one point have a clown in that chair?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that is a double whammy.
It was either in the chair or it was on the couch right by the chair. They were in the general vicinity of one another, so it was like a double whammy. So,
yikes.
Yeah, I went through a lot.
That's what they call nightmare fuel.
But the funny thing was, I don't think I ever probably told my parents that they creeped me out. I just didn't say anything.
You coming out today and telling them?
Because now they probably say, well, why didn't you say anything? I'm like,
we would have done something.
Yeah, but I never did. I just kind of dealt with it in my own way.
Maybe they were just trying to toughen you up. Did you ever consider that?
Oh, I think from their perspective, it never crossed their mind that it was maybe a little weird and creepy, but they probably weren't watching horror movies either. So
yeah.
All right, dirty laundry aired.
Yeah, that was an interesting. This is an interesting podcast. I'm very curious what you guys think about it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and also let us know what creeped you out in the 80s.
Yeah, what did we omit that we did not talk about that was super creepy in the 80s?
I'm sure we missed some things. So hopefully you guys aren't listening to this at bedtime. Hopefully we don't give you any nightmares.
Yeah, don't think about those clowns or wheelchairs that will kill you. or grandma heads.
Maybe we should put this on the nightstand.
Or My Buddy.
Ooh. Oh, My Buddy. And if you haven't watched this week's thrift haul, I shared the My Buddy and some of the other fun things that I got, some of the non-creepy things that I bought, then be sure and watch that, okay? And we will see you guys next time.